We just got back from the Fantastic Four movie, First
Mhm.
Steps.
Mhm.
Um, I think we're gonna call this show Tastebreakers. I think it's gonna be like a podcast style review stuff we're gonna do because she likes popcorn movies.
I like to not think during my movies.
Yeah, she likes romance stuff and popcorn movies, and I like action and maybe more thought provoking things and stuff like that. So we're gonna try to make each other watch movies that we may not like and see if the other person likes it. I think it can be kind of fun. But this movie, we both like comic book movies, so that is something we have in common. So
Our first movie was Wakanda
yeah,
Forever.
that is
So
true. But I honestly, I'm a bit of a Marvel hater
yeah, and I'm not.
usually.
I love Marvel.
Yeah,
Marvel's my candy.
I like comic book movies and I always have fun with them, but I'm not like a crazy big Marvel fan.
I am. But we both have notes of what we thought and stuff like that about the movie. We also missed the first 20 minutes. We were very late to the theater. We assumed that the trailers would be like an hour, but it was not.
Well, we assumed there would be 30 minutes, but for
Mhm.
some reason they were only 15 minutes at our showing.
No, it was 20.
It was?
Mhm.
Oh.
Cuz it didn't start, well, the movie that we went to was 8:30. It didn't start until 8:55
Oh.
cuz I was
Well,
waiting out there.
we
So it was
went
25
back.
minutes.
We have A-list, so we were able to get tickets for free. So we went
Mhm.
back and went to a different showing to see what
The
we
first 20
missed
minutes.
just to make sure our review is good because
Mhm.
I don't think I would have been comfortable
No.
if we missed something that would
Yeah.
have changed the whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do my good and bad then?
Do your good.
So this movie, I had things that I really liked, and then things that I was just like, come on, like I don't know. It was so weird for me because this is probably one of the first Marvel movies that I feel like they did really good on the lighting and
Oh, you
the
talked
the
about that
the
a
color
lot.
grading and the set design and the costume design was so cool. Like everything had like little details in it that was
Yeah.
very like super
Yeah.
cool and really added to the world. They actually did creative lighting for once. It didn't just look like an insurance commercial. I mean that I was so proud of Marvel for that because that is one of my biggest complaints. They have like
Can
the
you give
past
an example of the insurance lighting? Because I don't get
yeah, I'll show an example. Let's do what's that one with Flow? Progressive. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Insurance lighting. You don't get anything artistic from this lighting. It's just they're just lighting the scene as much as possible.
that. Yeah.
Like even this, like maybe there's some shadow on the face, but you know what I mean? Like until he gets to shots like this, maybe, but it's still like
I
this
feel like, see,
doesn't feel
that's
like
the thing with
insane.
you is I don't notice that. Like I never
Yeah.
notice shit like that. I'm just like, oh my god, it's freaking Chris Pratt and it's Groot. Like I just
Yeah.
don't care about things like that. But it's good that you care about
I
it
mean, I
because
just
you
feel
always
like
like notice
this
things
is
like
like
that.
it's lazy. It's taking some of the art out of
Yeah.
film when they could be creating something that's super artistic and then also has the Marvel fun at the same time. And it makes it even better. But they just
Yeah.
chose not to do that movie after movie after movie. And it was frustrating me. But like you can even see in this poster, like this is how the colors looked pretty similar to this. Like the blue was really,
Oh
really
yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
And you could even tell they did this in Superman too, but in the shadows, since they turned up like the cool colors so much, even the blacks in the shadows started to turn bluish a little bit, and it
Yeah.
just it just
But
makes
does
it
that
look
not
so
make your
much
eyes
cooler.
like tired?
I mean, did it make your eyes tired? I thought it
I
just
never
looked more
noticed it.
artistic.
It was artistic, but I
Like
feel like if they were to do it for every movie, I wouldn't.
yeah, it's just like a little bit of artistic direction that goes a long way
Yeah.
when you're making a movie.
I also love the little they changed the Marvel that logo.
Oh yeah,
I love the new, like, not like, I don't know if that's like their new one. I might just be for the Fantastic Four, but I liked it. Like it was a good little change. And
yeah.
I was really surprised whenever we went to the first showing, they didn't do the whole no, they didn't do the whole Marvel, like,
Oh yeah, it was Fantastic Four themed.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, that's new."
But yeah, I thought the fact that they just put thought in the lighting and color just made it a lot better for me. And I think that's the direction Marvel needs to go. And it might actually make me like Marvel movies because that was my biggest complaint. It was just boring. It was every single time.
Is this your favorite Marvel movie?
Well, I'll get into that. But it's my favorite as far as like art direction. I want to emphasize that the set design was really good.
Yeah.
And then what do you have for good? Do you
Oh,
have
for good.
anything?
I feel like I didn't expect the characters to have such good chemistry. I was like, I didn't know if I would have liked Joseph Quinn. I
Mm,
loved him
yeah.
as Johnny Storm. I didn't expect that I
Really?
would. Yeah. And it was just like I feel like he brought like a different character because Johnny Storm was like in every Fantastic Four, he was just kind of like a man whore.
Yeah.
And this one he had like actual like I don't know, more depth to him. And I'm not saying I don't like Chris Rogers as Fantastic Four because
Who?
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans as the guy because I think that one was really good. But I just liked his character and I didn't think I would.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, I was kind of the same.
I was really surprised about
I
him.
thought his was gonna be like maybe a little cringe,
Yeah.
but I didn't really get that. And
Yeah.
there was a little bit more to him than just like a one-dimensional like I like women,
Yeah.
you
Like he
know?
still had it, but it wasn't like his
Yeah.
only personality trait.
But
What's your bads?
so okay, I have a couple minor things and then I think a couple bigger ones. Don't read it.
Oh.
But okay, the Sue Storm actress, her accent in some of the lines. Well, one, I just know she's British already, but she would have a British accent
Oh, she
and then
did?
switch to yeah.
Oh.
Like I forgot the line she said, but she would be like, "What do you do?" Like a little bit, and then she would American accent the rest of the sentence. Like
Yeah.
like it was just a little bit there that just kind of was like, "What?"
I didn't
But
see that.
it's very
Did you
minor, so
notice
I don't
Joseph
think.
Quinn do that? Because he's also British, I think.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so
But
he's
he's
good.
played a lot of American characters. I don't know how many American characters he played, but
Yeah, that's
it
fair.
was only like a couple of lines. But I
Yeah.
was also just I feel like her British voice and her American voice sounds
Sounds
so
different?
different. It was taking me out because I was just like, what?
Mhm.
But that wasn't even like a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt like there was some unrealistic and really easy way outs of some of the problems that they
Oh,
caused.
same.
That made
Yeah.
me really mad.
Yeah.
And there's one specifically that I'll get into the spoilers, but I
Yeah.
thought it was really
I
fucking
think it might be the
stupid.
same one.
Yeah?
I think
Whisper it.
they want the baby. He didn't have
By the time the movie ended, we both looked at each other and we go,
it.
"Is that it?" Like she said it, but I was thinking of it too. And I was like, "I'm so glad you said that because I was thinking the same thing."
Yeah.
It felt short, which is probably a good thing. The way the movie ends, they beat the big bad, just feels too easy to me. Like
I
it
agree
didn't
with
really feel
that.
like they earned it. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like they did anything smart, like outsmarted him or
I was also very like that felt like that was not an hour and a half of my time. Because to be completely fair, we did miss 20 whole minutes of the beginning and had to go back and rewatch it. So
Mm,
I don't know if we had actually gone there. I feel like it still would have felt really short because then I
yeah.
don't think that would have felt like 2 hours of my time.
I think well, okay,
You know?
I think it feeling short is good,
Yeah,
but then when you pair that with the payoff at the end not feeling like very earned,
I get that.
it's that's what
Yeah.
gives you the that's it
I feel
feeling
like,
because it's short and it doesn't feel like a big
well,
payoff.
I think that's because that movie is them introducing the Fantastic Four
Yeah.
to the thing. So I mean, I get it because they don't want to just kind of set it up to just do more of that. They wanted to get them
Well,
into
I'm not saying
Doomsday,
like they
but
had to, lose their fights or
oh no,
something.
I get that. No, I
I'm just
know.
saying the way they beat it. Like I wish they would have
Yeah,
thought of a different way
yeah.
to I just feel like it felt not cheap, but I don't know, it didn't
I
feel
mean,
that
technically they
crazy
didn't
to
do
me.
it.
What?
Technically they didn't do
Yeah, yeah,
it.
that's even true. They didn't even do it. And then,
Yeah.
whatever. We can get more into that in spoilers. Okay, and then I think we should talk about this too. For rating, this or Superman? And I have an answer, and it's not gonna be why you think. I think.
I need to really think back.
You want me to say mine?
Yeah.
So I really liked. I mean, I have some complaints with like the actual story, but I'm normally one that like
You're
I
picky.
can excuse a story if I think the biggest thing that's making me lean towards
I
Superman.
knew it.
Well, yeah, but there's a big reason. The days after we watched Superman, and even still, I felt impacted by the movie in a way where I'm like, everyone should strive to be like that. You know what I mean? Like it actually felt impactful, even though I didn't think the story was anything crazy. It's like you leave and you're like, damn, he's a good guy. Like I need to strive to be like that always. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it like actually gives you someone to look up to. And I just felt impacted by that. And that's what makes me lean towards Superman. And I think the story on Superman was a little bit more like tied up. But Fantastic Four, I think the visuals were a little bit cooler, just a little bit, just enough though, where it could have it gave it the edge in visuals. But yeah, that's why I did that. It wasn't as easy of a decision, but I just felt like the Fantastic Four story being, I don't think it was as good. It could have been as good.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking like, damn, this might actually top Superman for me.
Really?
Yeah, like halfway through,
What
but
about
it
Thunderbolt?
Thunderbolts. I thought Thunderbolts was fun, but I think I would still go Superman just because
Okay.
I got impacted by it.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
I think Fantastic Four is a better direction for Marvel to go towards
Yeah.
than Thunderbolts is. Even though Thunderbolts I thought was a fun movie. I think if they keep doing this visual stuff that they did with Fantastic Four, I definitely might like Marvel in the future. Like it's
Oh,
possible.
okay.
Because my complaints were because I want them to be better.
Yeah. No, that's
I
fair.
didn't just hate Marvel for
Yeah.
no reason. I
I
do want
wouldn't
it to be
marry him
good.
if he hated Marvel, to be completely honest.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
stand that.
I want all movies to be
Yeah.
good. I'm not just sitting there
You're like a
hating it.
constructive
Yeah,
criticism.
exactly. And
I
some people
just
take that as me just shitting on it, but I just want it to
yeah.
be good. So pointing out the flaws is how the creators know what to do next.
I'm just gonna say I'm the type of person where I love Marvel movies, but I love movies that have like a theme or like a story or like a lesson to be learned. In Fantastic Four, to be completely honest, I feel like the lesson I learned is the strength of a mom. And that was like the lesson that I learned is like how strong like a mom seeing like their child in
Mm,
pain could make them.
yeah, I could see
That
that.
was a part that I almost cried at. However, I'm not a mom yet, but I'm an immigrant, so it's super. And
Mm,
the story of Superman being an immigrant was like
mm,
it just hit harder
yeah.
because I'm just a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm not trying to do shit to you.
Mhm.
And that was just like a story
Just
that I
trying
was
to
like,
be
I'm
nice
just
to
trying to be a
people.
good person on earth.
Yeah.
Don't make it so difficult, person. And I like that lesson more.
So rating. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Go first because I actually haven't.
I think Fantastic Four. I'm gonna give a 7. Is that higher than you thought I would?
Yeah.
I just like the visuals. That's why.
I'm honestly really shocked, but I'm also really happy you like it so much.
I like
Because
that they put
usually,
thoughts in the visuals,
yeah,
like a
he didn't
lot.
come home like this excited about Thunderbolts. And
Mm.
I was coming home like, so it makes me happy that you came home and you're like, I like it.
Well, it's just because I really think like all of this story might not be insane,
Yeah.
but the direction it could take Marvel is really good.
You saw
So
the potential.
yeah,
I
what are
give
you gonna do
Thunderbolts
out
an
of
8.
10?
So I feel like I should do. I'm gonna change it to 7.5
Hmm.
because I liked the movie. I liked the visual. However, I just really like a movie that has like if it had like a more of a stronger theme than just like she's a mom. And like maybe I didn't catch the themes, but also that's also it is usually I need something that like will make it easier for me to catch the themes.
Hmm.
Because if it was like a hidden theme or something, I didn't notice it, to be
Yeah,
completely honest. My
yeah,
one
I didn't
theme
either.
was that a mom is really strong when she sees a child in pain, which is a very valid theme, and I love that. But it's just I'm not a mom yet, so I can't feel that, and I can't take that home with me and be like, oh my god, I can't, like
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd say 7. I think the main theme of the story is we could do everything together as a family.
What is that gonna average? Oh, 7.35. Damn, we were
Mm.
close. Okay, 7.35 is our score. And remember, 5 is average. Okay, so we're not saying it's bad. All right, now we can get into spoilers. Okay, we're going to give a little summary of the plot, kind of say what's going on. So if you didn't watch the movie or don't care to, you can understand what's happening. So they pretty much just do a little explanation before the movie or while the movie just starts of a talking head talking about the Fantastic Four, how they got the powers, they went up into space, whatever.
It's
And
basically the same as like all the other Fantastic
well,
Four
what I
tests.
thought was interesting is isn't Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom?
Mhm.
He was supposed to be on that spaceship with them. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't read stuff like
I'm pretty sure he was part of the team, and that's how he got his powers also, something like that.
that. Really?
But they didn't have any
They didn't
stuff
put
on
that
it,
in there. Yeah.
and I don't know how they're gonna explain. Like, is it gonna
Yeah.
be Tony Stark in a since it's an alternate world? He's gonna, what? I don't know how that's
Yeah.
gonna work. I
That's
guess we'll see.
interesting.
And then they announced they're having a baby and they're pregnant.
Can I just say the pregnancy test
Mhm.
is really cool. The
Yeah,
blinking light. I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, it looks like
They
a
had this
face.
60s fucking.
It was really cool. I really
She
liked it.
fucking pissed on a geek bar and it starts lighting up.
Yeah, she pissed on a jewel.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's some like comments raining down, and you see the Silver Surfer, and she says the whole something Harold Galactus.
It was like, "Oh, you should be so happy that your life on Earth is limited and hug your loved ones because your life here is short."
Cause you're dead.
Basically, yeah.
You're about to
And
get
then Johnny
eaten.
Storm just whoosh up there follows her. And then that's actually the part where we
And
came
that's where
into the
she
theater
says
because we weren't there for the beginning of whatever. But then she says like what?
she says
Pretty much. And then he like
and then
she pushes him
he
down,
proceeds to spend the entire movie
trying
trying
to
to
describe like read his language and or
um,
trying to what is that word?
decipher her
Decipher
language.
her language and stuff, which was really smart and really cool because like I said, I thought Johnny Storm was just a man whore that's dumb.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's actually smart in this
They gave him
movie,
stuff to do.
they gave him stuff to do. They gave him like a brain.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then they go up into space and find Galactus. And then Galactus pretty much says, "Oh, I want your son in exchange for your planet." And they're like,
Mhm.
"No fucking thank you." So they escape, and Sue gives birth while they're escaping. And whenever they arrive back on
Oh,
Earth,
well, when Sue was given birth, she was giving birth in space. I thought that was really cool, her giving birth in space.
yeah,
Because you
that's
need
pretty
gravity
cool.
to push. How are you gonna push with no gravity? I thought that was awesome.
Squeezing.
And then and then they were like, we need to strap her down. She goes, I'm not letting you strap me down, and like the whole force field. And I just in my head I go Marvel Rival because we do that in Marvel Rival. We push, and it's cool. And then there was a scene where like the I don't know, Silver Surfer, is that her name? She like goes in and like her hand was like in her belly, like about to grab the child
Oh
out.
yeah, that was
Which
pretty sick.
I
Is
was
that an
like,
abortion technically?
ooh, you probably really want to kill that baby.
It's not a C-section because
Not a
there's no.
C-section, there's no skin to open.
But an abortion, you would be
Also,
killing the. I don't
did
think that's an
Galactus
abortion.
make her go to labor? Because I was a little bit confused because he's just
I
straight up stared at him.
yeah, I don't know.
And he like kind of like looked at her and like I just started screaming, I guess.
Yeah, she
So
just
I guess he like
had
made her go into
contractions.
labor.
I think so, but
And they were
why?
saying,
Why do you
but
want it to be a preemie?
okay. Also, I remember this. I feel like we're jumping. But in the beginning, it shows that like when Sue was getting pregnant, they explained, which this part I thought was really important.
Mhm.
They explained, maybe not for the. This might make me sound like an awful. They explained that they've been trying for like 2 years to have a child, and that like it finally happened, and they were like freaking out, and obviously like. But then that kind of explains like why they were like, we're not fucking losing this child. Because
Mm.
in my head, I'm so sorry. This sounds so bad, but when we first got there, we didn't see the part where they were really struggling to have a child. So I was like, okay, just give the baby up and make another one. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. But that was like, can't be that hard for them to have a child. And, and I was just like, they could
took
just.
them that long.
But now I understand. I'm like, of course I wouldn't give that
Oh,
up if I worked
cause
on it for
oh,
2 years. But I thought they were just like, like they could just make
like no,
another
we named
one.
him Franklin already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That makes me sound like an awful person. But I
Well,
mean,
oh, I also had a complaint that I meant to say in the non-spoilers.
yeah.
So just like Johnny Storm, or in the other ones, he's just like, I want to have sex with women. I feel like Reed, Pedro Pascal's character, is literally just like, I'm very smart. I'm gonna talk about advanced
Yeah.
calculations, like the entire movie. And it's like it almost is like that anime trope where like an anime character really loves food and that's all he talks about. It was it was teetering the line into that
Mm,
for me,
yeah.
where he like, he's talking to like Johnny Storm, who's like kind of goofy, funny, and he's sitting there talking about stuff he would obviously not understand.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't these people live together? Like, wouldn't he know to be like, okay, maybe I gotta dumb this down?
Well, I feel like he got the gist. Maybe. I feel like maybe he's just like, I'm not gonna bother
They're always
Johnny
like
Storm.
boring. Like, there's like 3 times they did the same exact skit where it was like,
Yeah.
well, the algorithms of the metaphysical data and the properties of, and they're just like, oh, I'm asleep. Like that was
Yeah.
like they did it at least twice, I
Right.
think. So, yeah, that was a minor complaint again because I felt like Pedro Pascal wasn't used like
No.
acting wise too hard. He felt
Yeah,
like his
I feel
character
like he
was
could
supposed to
have
be
done. I don't know why, but like Pedro Pascal, I know how people are always like daddy, but like he knows how to play a dad. Like he knows how to play a dad, like
yeah,
with
yeah, he
Ellie and
does.
all of that. Like you can see like how he knows how to like play somebody that really cares about a child, and he was just kind of like, let's use the child.
Yeah, they like wanted him to be robotic
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm all for that, but like at the same time, you got Pedro Pascal who's so good
yeah,
at being this like father figure character and you just make him be this robot. Like I don't know, I feel like the casting choice there almost doesn't make sense. Like you could have gotten someone cheaper. I mean, they wanted the Pedro Pascal advertisement, so I get it.
yeah,
And I do like him, so he's cool in the character, but
yeah.
God, the daddy stuff's gotta stop. I don't know who
I
started
don't
that.
like that daddy stuff. That's
They
weird.
gotta
That's
strangle
really weird.
whoever does that. Yeah, that's gotta make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, because they're like sitting
Jesus.
here and they're like working on this big project and they're like so excited about it. And then people ask them about it.
Like,
They're like,
so is
so,
he gonna be the
daddy?
first daddy in the
Yeah,
weird?
yeah.
Where
Anyway,
were we here?
public term. Gave birth.
Oh, and this is where it leads into my next problem. So they come home and they pretty much tell exactly the whole world, the news, everything, what happened. Galactus wanted their child, and they said no, and now the whole Earth might get destroyed. They just say that
Yeah,
outright on a news conference, which I think the transparency is probably something you would want in a hero, but that does cause like major backlash
yeah.
and like probably not helping you save the world. And maybe people might have been better to be ignorant that the world is ending. Maybe it could be like a need to know thing because stuff like that, I feel like it doesn't help to be transparent in that. But it's, I don't know.
No,
Maybe
I get
that's like
that.
a hero quality that's
Yeah.
good. But I feel like that was probably not the way to go.
Well, because I was thinking, and like, if they were celebrities for 4 years, they should have somebody. Let's be completely honest, because they're speaking to like all of these people on Earth. They
Mm.
should be PR. And that conversation that should have
Oh,
been,
yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
it was not. He literally goes up and says, "I don't have a statement actually to give." Was the
Yeah.
first thing he said, and I was like, "You just came back from space." And I know that like all of this stuff happened, but like all the people on Earth are like, "Hey, what's going on?" And you're really gonna go
Like,
up there and say,
I don't know.
I actually don't have anything to
Like,
give. While Sue is just sitting there in the background, just like in her own little world, like just like cradling the
yeah.
baby. It's just like, I don't know, that felt messy.
Yeah, and then they're
That
like,
felt really messy.
we basically doomed everyone to death because we didn't want to give the baby.
Yeah. Which like I feel like they should have known that like, if you're gonna say we're not giving up our child, everybody would say give up the child for us to live. Like
Yeah.
obviously people
Well,
are
they
gonna
knew that
think
was
about
gonna
that.
happen. But
Yeah.
the problem is when they asked like, so you just are gonna let everyone die because you don't want to give your child up? They're just like, I think I'm gonna leave now. And they
Yeah.
just leave. It's like, well, what?
Yeah.
At least be like,
That was weird. But
we
I
don't
mean,
if any one of your people's babies, we would go say, like they could have said
yeah.
something, but instead they're just like,
But I mean,
I
honestly, they
don't
kind of
know.
fixed it pretty fast after
It,
Sue.
and that is my second problem, right fucking there. That is what I was talking about. This is gonna make me angry because that okay. Oh, I'll explain it before I get mad. Okay, I'm not even joking. Probably 5 minutes after this, they had the whole world fucking hating on them. They got all the news talking heads talking shit about them. Like, oh, they're gonna let us all die because the baby. And then Sue Storm, they're at Fantastic Four Tower. There's like 25 people protesting down there when the whole world hates them right now. There's like 15 people down below. She comes out and just walks out of there. And there's these people angrily screaming at her. And she just stands in front of a fountain and they all get quiet and let her do a speech. And then I don't even remember what she said in the speech, but she's like, I love my family and my dad.
She started off with, "I want you guys to meet my son Frank."
Oh yeah. But like essentially her speech is like family's very important to me. And then the whole world just forgets about it and
No,
changes
no,
their
no.
mind.
She said, "I will not let the the guy take this baby, but I will also not let this world be taken because of this baby." And then she said, like, move heaven and earth or whatever, and that's how they got the idea to move. Which I feel like the writing for that could have been tweaked just a little bit so it makes more sense or at least like shows how like I don't know. I just felt like that
It was just instant. It was just
it felt
the
really
the whole
fast.
world
It
hated
felt
them,
really
and then she
fast.
comes out and does this speech like, "Maybe I did just kill everyone, but we're gonna try and our best to stop it." And
Well,
everyone's like, "Okay, I forgive you."
she said they're gonna
What?
come up with a plan to save everybody.
C- But yeah, but like the world ends in like 4 days. How can I
Yeah,
trust these people are gonna come up with a plan when they could have just given their baby? Like,
that's fair.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everyone in the world just okay, they got it. Oh, they said they're gonna actually save us. They're not just gonna let the whole world destroyed. Oh,
yeah,
oh, I thought that's what they were gonna do when they didn't give up their baby. You know what I mean? Like they were still like they knew you were gonna try to stop Galactus.
yeah.
They knew you were gonna try to save the world anyway, and they were still pissed. So when she comes out and be like, "Don't worry, guys, we're definitely gonna save the world," and everyone just forgets about it, huh? Like, is were the people mad because they thought they weren't gonna save the?
Yeah.
So after that press conversation, this was hinted at earlier. Reed, Pedro Pascal, basically makes a teleportation device and teleports an egg across the room. This was another complaint of mine. When we went back and watched the first part of it, he was just talking with Johnny and he's like, "Hold up, I need to do a science experiment." And then they show him teleporting the egg and then they don't talk about it again.
Oh yeah.
Like this was clear just like so phoned in to be like, "Don't you remember this teleportation device we used in the end?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They could have done
it was just
it
so
should have been in that
abrupt like,
classroom.
"Hold on,
He
I'm
should
doing
have
a
done it in the
science
classroom
experiment."
where he was teaching all the kids.
Yeah,
Why didn't you
yep.
do it then? Because the kids would have been like, "Oh my god, that's so cool."
I feel like that would have been better. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like horrible. It didn't take away from
Marvel,
anything, but
hire me. I got you.
it was just a weird it was just weird to
Yeah.
just like put it up like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing a science experiment. Like remember this for later in the movie, audience. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
It felt weird.
Okay, and then so basically they have an idea if Galactus comes to Earth, they can teleport the Earth somewhere else where he can't reach them. So they start building these big teleportation devices all around the world, a bunch of cities. And then Galactus starts coming.
Over.
Well, yeah, but Galactus starts coming, and then the Silver Surfer comes and destroys all of them except for the one in New York. But then you find out Johnny learned her language through one sentence of translation. And you're talking about fucking Johnny Storm. One sentence of translation. Johnny Storm figures that out. That was a little bit odd to me, but they have resources, I guess. So maybe that's what happened.
It's a very advanced technology for
Yeah,
like
but they
whatever.
don't explain how he does it
No.
besides the one sentence, but it's we'll suspend disbelief for that. That's not a big deal. And then he just full on has a conversation with the Silver Surfer in
Yeah.
her language. If you know anything about fucking language learning, you could not do that in 3 days, let alone
He
figure
can't
out
even
a
speak
fucking
Thai.
language.
It's been 3 years. He still knows how to do like say like
Dude.
3 phrases.
And this man, this probably I don't know if this spans in like a week since Galactus came or a couple months. He deciphers a language and learns it enough to have a conversation with her in a matter of months, not years, months. That is, I mean, again, this doesn't matter in the whole scheme of the plot. It didn't really take it away, but it was just kind of something where you're like, eh.
I feel like if they had more time, it would make so much more sense.
Or like if he's like, okay, I'm gonna give this information to like a linguistic analyst or whatever, and then he was just sitting there practicing it. Like they showed him practicing it instead of him trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Could have been better, but whatever. And what else? So yeah, he has a full on conversation with the Silver Surfer in her language, and makes her
kinda
have a
guilt trips
change.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was just like, "You saved your Earth, but you didn't save any of these other Earths." And then he like I think played back people basically like begging her to spare them in
mm-hmm.
her language so she could understand the depth of like how bad it is. Which
Yeah,
I think that was pretty smart. I mean, very guilt trippy. I feel like
because
that's
she
something an
was
Asian
like
mom would do.
Franklin. Wait, she was like the baby
Yeah.
of Sue Storm and Reed, where Galactic wanted her to save her Earth and she accepted
Yeah.
it. But it's kind of crazy waited until now to change
Yeah.
your heart.
Well,
after
Johnny was like take me, and she was like, no, I can't take you because I like he doesn't want you, he wants his baby. And it was this whole thing, and then I think she just kind of got really sad that she just ran away
I
because she
mean,
felt bad about it.
I feel like I'm finding
It
more
makes
things I
sense though.
dislike
You
as
already
we're
rated
talking
it.
about it. I know, and I'll keep the rating because I like the visual stuff.
Yeah.
But like now thinking about this too, so you could tell Silver Surfer had a little change of heart, so she left the teleporter unbroken in New York. So the team's idea Reed comes up with is they're gonna lure Galactus to get his big ass into the fucking teleporter, the only one they have left, and they'll teleport him really far away, which is pretty smart. My thing, what I found funny about it is you have Reed, who's like a turbo genius, and their plan was literally take the baby that he wants, put it in the center, and then draw red lines where he steps into it and they'll teleport him away. That's the best a turbo genius could come up with. I mean,
So
you don't think you don't think this dude who's like fucking massive, destroys worlds all the time, will see like red and white like caution tape lines and be like, why is this baby sitting alone in the middle of this platform with caution
yeah.
tape? You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I guess he does. Almost steps on it and then he doesn't. But I think it was because the baby wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
That was just a bad plan.
Yeah.
They should have had some plan where they push him or try
Yeah.
to hide the teleporter. Like, why couldn't Sue Storm make it invisible or something? Well, yeah,
That's
that's
a
what
good
they did in
idea.
the end. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like it was kind of stupid. That's all Reed could come up with is
I
Turbo
feel like
Genius.
they didn't really use all of their powers.
That too.
There
There
wasn't a
wasn't
moment
really.
because they could have. Like, what if they like actually thought about
Yeah,
making
the
like
only
using?
team up moment they just got fucked.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, it made him look kind of
I
weak.
feel
But
like there was
Galactus
no
is really
like big
powerful.
team up
So
moment though at all. Like a
besides,
big team up moment.
well, hold on, we'll talk
Okay.
about it. So then they have this big battle because Galactus obviously doesn't fall for that fucking stupid plan, and then he starts going towards Fantastic Four Tower to get the baby where he actually is now because Johnny flew away and gave him the thing and put a fake thing down,
Yeah.
fake baby cradle down, and then he grabs the baby, and then Sue starts pushing him and just keeps pushing him, which she powered up right there
She
because
did.
her child was in danger, which was pretty cool. And she just kept pushing him, and the team was kind of helping. I don't even know what
That was mostly
Johnny
her though.
did. What did Johnny do? Oh, he
Johnny.
was sitting there at the lever,
He was,
waiting. What the
but like
fuck?
it could have
Why did
been.
they do
Why
that?
didn't they make it Reed? Because he had freaking arms that could just stretch all the way
Yeah, I
over
know, and
there.
he could have
Which
flown
also
up.
that also pissed me off during the beginning because
Mhm.
he was sitting there waiting right next to it as if like that's not fucking obvious.
I
When he could have stood
know.
all the way back
That's
there
what I'm
and
saying.
just stretched
That
his
plan is
arms.
stupid.
Yeah, that was a little bit of
That was a stupid plan.
that did piss me off because I was like, why didn't they make him like just stretch his arms? He had his hand on
Something.
the lever too, as whatever the Galacticus was like walking up there. He was just sitting there
Wait,
like waiting.
you know what's even crazier that I just realized?
What?
If the Silver Surfer destroyed all the teleportation stuff, that means Galactus knew that that structure was a teleportation thing, and he was about to just walk straight into it.
Wait, I don't think he knew. I think it was Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but they were working together, so he must have told her to destroy that. You know what I mean? I mean that would be kind of weird.
I
Maybe
feel
she
like
didn't tell him, but
I feel like she didn't tell him. I feel like it's for some reason I feel like she was just doing his dirty shit. So he doesn't know anything. He was just gonna go in and just grab the baby and leave.
they just don't explain that, so
No,
you
but they
don't
don't
know.
explain that.
But
Yeah,
you gotta assume if they're working together, he
he
would have been
knows.
like, "Hey, they're trying to teleport the planet. Go destroy that." I don't know, but yeah. So Johnny was just sitting there at the lever. Galactus had the baby in his hand, and then Reed was having a fucking stretchy climb all the
Mhm.
way up to get the baby. And I feel like Reed on the lever and Johnny flying up to the baby would have been a lot
I
quicker.
think Johnny should have just
But
gone and get the baby.
yeah, I don't. I'm
Oh,
not
he went
sure.
to get Ben because Ben was in
Oh
space.
yeah. You're right.
Okay,
You're right. Okay, that's
yeah,
why. So that makes sense.
valid reason.
Yeah, and then so Reed grabs the baby. It looks like he was going into the teleportation thing and he grabbed it like last second, but
Hmm.
then the next shot over, he's like fully out of the teleportation thing and they're pushing him back in. So I don't know if there was like a
Oh, it's
struggle.
because the
Was there a
teleportation
struggle?
was still open. because they had like
No, no, no,
whatever
not
seconds
not
left, right?
then. I'm talking about when he right after he grabbed the baby, they cut to the next shot and it's like a wide angle of them fighting,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And he's like not even close to being in the
Oh, that's
teleporter.
weird.
And I'm not sure if there was like, he was like pushing back, maybe. I don't
Wait,
know.
I also have a point.
Huh.
Whenever he did go into the teleporter, like the first time, why didn't they just shut it off?
I don't know.
Like they could have, because they
Did
said
they
it
explain
could
that?
stay. Well, they said that it could stay open for
Oh yeah.
37 seconds, but they like
They didn't
if
turn
they
it
could
off.
stay open, you could just shut it. It's a
They're just
lever,
like,
just close it.
no,
Because they
that
said
was
they only
difficult.
had enough energy for a certain amount or something. They could have just closed it as soon as he like
I
went
was
back
confused
in,
about that too. Now that you
and
say
then
that, yeah.
he comes out, and I'm like, oh. Because now that
No,
I'm
they
thinking
didn't
about
close
it,
it.
what was a lever for then? Just push a button if it was that big. Like if it,
Yeah, that's true.
you know,
If you can't turn it on and off again,
yeah,
I don't know.
that was a bit weird.
Maybe there's a reason for that. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
But anyway, he comes out, and then
Yeah, he
he
comes
comes
back
back
out of the
out,
thing.
and they were all trying to push him back in, and then Johnny was like, tell Franklin his uncle loves him, and was about to sacrifice himself, and then Silver Surfer just
Fucking smacks
does it
him.
for them, and she disappears. So they both disappear, and they're gone.
So at the end of the day,
She
the
kind of
Fantastic Four only halfway saved the world.
the
And
color grading was really good.
they kind of got their ass beat the entire time. Now that I think about it. Yeah, they never really had kind of a moment where they're like, besides the montage in the beginning,
That was it.
but
Yeah,
that I don't really count that. Huh.
I thought it was really cool that Stingray.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were so confused who that was. Whenever I was just like, "Oh my god, it's Stingray from Karate Kid."
He's the mole guy.
He was a mole guy because he had a whole world under
Oh,
that. We
wait,
missed
wait.
that part.
We're missing big parts here. So Sue dies for overusing her power.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought they were gonna kill her off. I didn't think about the baby, that's why. But I was like, if they kill her off here, I might start to like Marvel. If they kill her, and not because
Why?
I liked Sue Storm, but Marvel has felt like, I mean DC, all comic book movies do this. It never feels like there's stakes. You go into the movie, good guys are gonna win, and if they don't win, then the next movie they'll win.
Did they
Like you
do
just
that for
know,
DC?
yeah. I mean,
That's just like a
yeah,
comic
I'm
book
not
thing.
thinking of any examples of like villains. Like it, the villains don't have to win in the end,
Iron
but
Man
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
and
let me
Captain
rephrase. Let me
America.
rephrase. You know they're not gonna kill off a character unless you think the actor
Contracts
is
up.
close, well, contract up, and they're close to like retiring from Marvel. They've been in there for a little bit and they're like, okay, a fresh new face.
Like,
But I really want like some sort of hero
I don't
action
like
that has
that.
stakes.
I don't like
That
that. I want to go
like
home
Game of
crying.
Thrones, where you're constantly like anxious about the characters fight or like getting in fights because something bad
And I
might
haven't
happen.
seen Game of Thrones for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't watch
But
stuff like that.
and that's probably why they don't do it. But I was like, oh my god, does Marvel have the balls to do this? And then he put the baby on her dead body, and I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, now I see what's gonna happen.
I kind of knew the moment that she died because I was like, okay, the movie's definitely about to end because he's gone,
Mm,
and they haven't revealed why this baby is so important.
yeah,
Because they
yeah.
kept talking about how important this baby is, and like
Pedro
Pedro Pascal, he kept like doing all these tests on the baby that I was like, okay, clearly there's something special with the baby if he's doing that many tests. And like
Well, he
with
couldn't find anything.
he
special.
couldn't find anything, but there definitely is something. If this Galacticus guy wants
If they
the
keep
baby
making
so
it a
bad,
point that
yeah.
he has no powers,
So I was just kind of like, well, the baby definitely has to have something. Ben really scared me this time because like it was literally his like rocks. Ugh, it kind of looked like barnacles. There was a couple scenes like especially when his beard was like growing out, it looked like barnacles, and I like was gagging for a second when I was looking at him. Like his fingers were really barnacle-y, and it's like
yeah.
look up barnacles. I don't want to look it up actually, but
Barnacle-y.
you look it up. Go ahead.
No, I don't.
You
think
know
I
what they
wanna
are?
do
You know what
that.
those are?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, they're gross. You gonna look it up?
No. So yeah,
Anyway.
I just thought it was weird. That that was my like, oh, I'm dumb. Like, why would I ever think Marvel would do that? Whenever he fucking, why would you put a baby on its fucking
Because
dead
that's the
mother's
last time he
corpse?
would have been able to like touch. I would have wanted my last moment.
Guess so, but
They do
it just
that.
felt kind of weird. Like,
It's weird,
oh, your
but
mom
it's kind
died.
of
Here
like
you go.
no, it's because it's like that's your last like moments. Like she's still warm. Like she's still warm. She still has like her. She's still like the most
No,
there she
I get
could
it.
be
I get it.
without before she like just deteriorate. So they're just
Yeah,
kind of like you.
I get
And
it. It just felt like
it's
for
weird.
me,
It's
I was
for
like,
sure. It's definitely like weird.
but
Like
yeah, in
didn't
this
surprise me.
situation,
Yeah. And then the team gets like all the freaking
they get jerked off worldwide,
yeah.
jerked off worldwide in 3D too.
But it's like they
Yeah, yeah, they didn't even.
Silver Surfer did.
They built the teleportation device. Sue did it
Yeah. Sue did
somewhat.
do it, and
No
then
one else really did anything except for saving the baby.
it's important though. It saves Sue.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess it
it
was
was a
a
full
little bit of a
circle moment.
team effort, but
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that was pretty much.
And then
And then the post-credit scene, Doctor Doofus, the
this
Doctor Doofus. I'm really I really want to know how they're just gonna intro Robert Downey Jr. I mean, are they just never gonna show his face?
they
Never gonna
can't
get a
do that.
backstory? He's just gonna show
They
up?
can't do that because what's the point of not hiring Tony? What's his real name? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
What's the point of hiring Robert Downey Jr. if you're not going to see his face? They would just literally they just
I
use a
don't know.
stuntman.
Yeah. Maybe he would probably just do voice lines. I wonder what I don't know what they're gonna do. It kind of worries me in a way. But God, if they don't continue the visual effort, it's gonna be very
What's the next
depressing.
Marvel movie?
Is this fake?
I don't know. Just skip it.
Is this actually the
Yeah,
last one, the next one?
I guess so.
July? A full year?
That's crazy. We were spoiled with Thunderbolts. Now we get no.
I love how you just forget about the Captain America movie. Everyone's just forgotten about it. They're like, Marvel's doing good.
Doesn't bring up
The
that
two
one.
Marvel movies that came out this year are good.
Yeah.
That was like half a movie and then half a different movie, though. To be fair, the Captain America, there's the
It was a very
reshoots
messy movie.
seemed like it really destroyed it. So hopefully this is a goodbye to insurance lighting from Marvel. That's all I gotta say.
Well, we're gonna watch Love Island Beyond the Villa. Stay tuned for that video coming out after this one. We didn't watch the first. Well, we did watch the first three. However, we had issues with recording, so this is gonna be
Yeah,
the
we don't
first
know how to
time.
do it very well.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure it out.
Okay, bye bye.